This is simple cooking, healthy meals. I want you to have the same stuff that I do. Eggs and pasta. I'm gonna tell you what's in my pantry. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna go get at the grocery store, and we can make 5 meals out of that. That's pretty damn good. Hi guys. Today we're going to be making a green curry with tempeh. Now, don't be scared, curry's really not that difficult. I'm making a very simplified version of a green curry. There are a couple things that you do need to go get. You probably won't have these things in your pantry already. One of them is coconut milk, and then the other one is green curry paste. I'm gonna be making it with rice noodles. You could also just use white rice. Now for the tempeh, if you haven't tried tempeh, I encourage you to try it. It's really good. We're gonna saute it in sesame oil. It turns out nice and crispy, and it's really great. If you're afraid of tempeh, you can also do chicken with this. Okay, let's get going on the curry. All right, so we're gonna start off with sauteing the tempeh. I'd say use about half of one of these for 2 people. And we're going to cut it into slices, about 3 millimeters thick here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is saute the tempeh. We're gonna drizzle some sesame oil on top and then put some sesame seeds, throw it in there and make it nice and crispy. Just a little bit. Turn that on pretty high. And then you wanna kind of get the oil all over these guys, and then drizzle it with sesame seeds. So for the rice noodles, you don't want to overcook them. Once the water is boiling, you throw them in for 4, 5, 6 minutes, and then that's it. If you overcook them, they'll be super sticky and not very good. So don't cook them too long. All right, I think the oil is hot enough. Let's throw these in here. Okay, so next up, we're gonna chop all the veggies. Now with veggies, with the curry, really you can put whatever veggies you want. I always like broccoli, but if you wanna make it really fun, you can get those itty bitty corn on the cobs that are canned, or those, or the little water chestnuts. So you could do that. But first up, let's chop the onion. I have a green onion here. You could use a regular onion, whatever you want. So next up, let's do broccoli. About that much. You can just use whatever you want. All right, we're chopping the peppers. The ones I'm using are just regular bell peppers. They're just kind of shaped like a chili. So you could just use regular bell peppers or just use these tiny ones. Or don't use them, whatever you want. It's whatever vegetables you like. You can also just do broccoli or just do mushrooms. This is really, curry's fun. You can make it however you want it. If you want your curry to be extra spicy, you could add a real chili pepper to it, or more chili powder. The curry paste itself is a little bit spicy, but just add as much spice as you want. Okay, next up we're gonna do the yellow zucchini. I'd use about half of one of these. Okay, next up, mushrooms. Remember with mushrooms, you wanna clean them off with a paper towel. I already cleaned mine. I always take the stems out. Okay, next, let's chop the basil to small pieces. And then we're gonna need the lime, so just cut that lime in half. So for this, I'm using sesame oil. For the curry, you can use sesame oil again. I'm gonna do coconut oil. You just want not olive oil. And then throw about a tablespoon of garlic in here. Not much. So with the tempeh, you want it to be pretty dark and crispy on one side before you flip it. So just leave it in there, let it go, and then we can keep checking it and see when it's dark enough. And we flip it over and then put it on a plate with paper towels. Okay, so the water for the noodles is boiling. And remember not to cook these very long. So let's let them go for 4 minutes and then try them. All right, the tempeh is looking good. Nice and crispy. That's the best. Okay, the garlic looks like it's going. Let's add the onions to it and the ginger. I'm using this ginger that's in the little plastic thing because it just lasts longer for quite some time. But obviously you can also use fresh ginger. Always, fresh is always better, but this is about what's in your fridge and what's easy, and this is what's in my fridge, so we're going with this. All right, mix that all around. Onions and ginger and garlic. And now let's add the spices as well, cumin and coriander. Okay, so once the onions and the garlic have been sizzling for a bit, let's add the vegetables, starting with the broccoli. Mix that around. All right, I think these noodles might be done. Yeah. All right, noodles are done. Let's check the tempeh. Oh, perfect. Okay, tempeh is done. Now you want to put the tempeh on a plate with paper towels to suck up some of that excess oil. All right, broccoli's looking good. Let's add a little bit of vegetable stock here. Just a little bit. Get that going. Now the broccoli is going to cook in the curry once we add the coconut milk as well, so let's add the other vegetables now. Nice colors. Greens and yellows, reds, looks great. Okay, so now let's add the coconut milk. Okay, and now we're gonna add the green curry paste. I'd say add about half one of these jars, see how it tastes, and then you might need to add a little bit more. So now let's add a little bit of brown sugar and some soy sauce and see how that tastes. Start with a tablespoon and then kind of go from there and build on top if you think it needs more. Okay, add the lime juice, add the basil. Let's taste it. Whew, spicy, very spicy. That's pretty good. It's spicy, but it's very good. I'd say a little bit more brown sugar. All right, the vegetables look done. So once you get it to the taste that you want, a little more spicy, more on the sweet side, you could add more curry paste. Just kind of keep testing it till it's at the point that you like. And once it is, let's add the noodles in. Mix that around. Pretty easy, right? Now you have yourself a very good green curry. We can plate it, add the tempeh on top. It's delicious.